It's for the record, son. Yeah. Yeah. It's for the record. I said it's for the record. Yeah, boy, it's for the record. And we all together. I said we all together. It's together, FTR. You know what we about. Yeah, boy, you know we about to let the knowledge sprout. We all together, it's together, FTR. You know what we about. Yeah, boy, you know we about to let the knowledge sprout. What's up, everybody? It's your boy NugzB, coming to you with For the Record, episode 24. You know we getting funky, and I got the magical Mr. Lambert with me tonight. How you doing, bro? You doing all right?
Doing good, bro.
Everything good for you, man?
Just chilling this summer.
Staying blessed, bro. Staying blessed.
That's right.
So anyways, we're going to start this episode off with some music and movie history as usual. And on June 15th, 1994, the Disney film The Lion King hits theaters. A runaway hit, the movie takes in over $300 million in 1994. Second only to Forrest Gump, the soundtrack goes diamond, meaning over 10 million copies sold, a record for the soundtrack to an animated film.
Can you feel the love tonight, bro?
Can you feel it? Elton John wrote hits for that song.
Dude, that song
hits
had
for that
nothing
song,
but
man.
bangers.
Oh, man, it was so great. Loved it.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata, man. Seriously. But anyways, next we got June 15th, 2017, Jay-Z becomes the first rapper inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So I thought that was really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Jay-Z by any means. I don't really mess with Hov. I really don't. He's just not really, I don't know. I like anything by him.
I respect his ability. Just
I respect his entrepreneurship.
Feel, you know.
His business ideas are obviously working.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't deny it. I mean, he just became a billionaire, you know, so it is what it is. I got to give him respect, but I don't really like him. He's not my flavor. I like Nas.
I agree.
I like
Definitely
Nas,
agree.
man.
I like a lot of West Coast, but as far as East Coast, I mean,
Nas,
he's just not there for me.
No, he's not Biggie. You know, I like Biggie a lot. I like Big L more than I like Jay-Z.
That's right.
You know, pretty much everybody in Wu-Tang. I like more than I like, you know, Jay-Z. Not all of them. But
I'd take every one of them.
Really?
Inspector Deck, Ghostface Killer, all of them.
Yeah, Redman, Method Man.
Maybe except Raekwon. Raekwon's the only one I'd leave off.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can agree. Also, June 15th in 2016, Jimmy Page takes the stand in a trial where he is accused of stealing part of the song Tourist for the intro to Stairway to Heaven. Led Zeppelin played on the same bills with the band Spirit, who performed Tourist in their sets, but Page says he never heard that song before writing Stairway. The jury actually ruled in Zeppelin's favor, of course. Who's gonna say otherwise? Makes no sense. So I'm gonna try a new segment today. I'm gonna test it out tonight, and you can relate to it. And I'm sure everybody at home or wherever you're watching this can relate as well if you have ever worked in a restaurant. Okay, so I am a server for my day job.
Been there.
And what I, as well as I do with serving, it's a hit or miss every single time. So, like, you could go in there and make $200 in 5 hours, or you could go in there and make $12 in 3 hours. So today, I went in for my morning shift. I'm chilling. I get a table. It's a gentleman and his wife, I'm going to assume, and they're two boys. And they come in. It's the only table I have. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to chat them up and stuff. So they end up telling me they're from Colorado, actually.
All right.
And they're in town because of his her family lives here or something like that. And so anyways, I get one table, and literally that's the only table I had. We were that dead.
Dude.
I mean, it was dead.
Yeah.
So my point is, in this segment, before I go any further, it's going to be called Server Life. And in Server Life, I'm just going to talk about your day-to-day nonsense and BS that you got to deal with working at a restaurant. So that's what Server Life's going to be.
213,
man. That's what's going to be Server Life. It's going to be straight up just complaining about working in a restaurant. So this isn't really a complaint, you know, because it's not going to be all complaints. It's going to be like awareness as well in there. But this one's not a complaint. This is just like something you can relate to, okay? So I had one table. It's dead. I'm chilling. I'm talking to, you know, whoever about whatever. And, you know, I kind of sit down for a second. I get some food. I have nothing to do. So I'm literally going up to these people every 3 minutes, I feel like. And I'm like, hey, you guys need anything? Hey, you guys okay? Do you need anything? Can I get you a refill?
Like you're creeping on them, man.
Like I'm lurking on them. I'm like, hey, I want you to want something from me.
Your hair smells nice.
Your hair smells delicious. I can't get over this. You need to make a move and tell me what you want. You want an appetizer with this? Are we getting dessert? You know, I'm getting serious out here, and people are, you know, anybody who's worked in a restaurant can truly, you know, relate to that.
I've been there. It's like a fine line of like, I don't want to neglect these people, but at the same time, like, I don't want to bug them so
exactly
much that, like, I'm making zilch.
They were cool too. Like they left me 20%.
This dude don't need a tip. This dude needs like
straight
a hug
up
or a restraining order, you know.
But legit, he tipped me 20%. They were cool, you know, and I was super cool with it. But like that's just what I wanted to talk about in this segment, server life. If you've ever been, you know, working at a restaurant that's dead and you have a table and you feel like you're smothering them. Oh, yeah. So if you can relate to that, throw a like up on this. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to get at, people. Come on now. So anyways, that's server life. I'm going to put it on the website, which is www.togetherftr.com. And you can go there. I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to leave a comment section for all of you out there who want to, you know, get up on the mix. You know, I want to see your flavor of restaurant you've been in and, you know, fast food or whatever it is, you know, just the food industry, man. Like, I want to hear your stories. You know, I want to hear some stories and talk about them on the show.
Just vent a little bit.
You know, vent, man. Yeah. Sometimes you got to complain, man. Sometimes you got to let people know how you're feeling. You know, the restaurant biz is not easy, man. It's strenuous, man. It is. Yep. You know. But anyways, you know, I just figured I'd lay that segment out there. If you guys are feeling it, you know, just let me know. If not, you know, then I'll probably just cry about it, you know, and, you know, go on about my day, I guess.
Exactly.
But anyways, so next thing is up. I got the facts of the day, people. We're talking about 1910, all right? Very first time that Father's Day was celebrated.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. And I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the great men out there who aren't getting the special treatment they should on Father's Day. You know what I mean? Why fathers? Why ain't we getting love, man?
That's right.
Why ain't we getting the love, man?
And Happy Father's Day to some of the mothers out there that have to do double duty.
100%, bro. 100. There's so many great women out here as well. Yep. But I definitely feel like, you know, when it comes to parents, and like it's different now. You know, Kentucky's 50-50 now. Yeah. Like it's straight up. Like if you go to court in Kentucky, it's, you know, it's fair game. It's all fair game. So with that being said, I feel like that is definitely cool. That's definitely a cool thing the Commonwealth did. Direction
for sure.
It's very progressive. That's very legit. Yep. I feel like that's awesome. So yeah, 1910, first Father's Day, super cool fact. The next thing I got to tell you guys about is sloths. So I was wondering how many hours they sleep a day because I'm like, man, I know these guys are lazy. You know, they're probably like on Prozac and like, you know, just living their life on some crazy sleeping pills or something because they just look so lazy all the time. They just look like they're just laid back, just lazy, bro.
Look,
you know?
happy
like,
to me.
Yeah, like just on the best antidepressant they've ever had in their life. You know, like it's crazy.
They're living
man.
that good life, man.
Living the good life, man. Just chilling. And so they sometimes remain hanging from branches after death. On the ground, the maximum speed of the three-toed sloth is 2 m or 6.5 feet per minute. So, you know, 2 meters or 6.5 feet per minute. Sloths typically sleep 15 to 18 hours a day. Dude. That literally means
I'm envious.
Dude, it's insane that, you know, typically humans have like a 16-hour waking day. Oh yeah. Like, you know, if
not a lot. I mean, 8 hours of sleep is tough to get as an
exactly.
adult.
So maybe you have
like about 4 or 5.
Yeah, so maybe you got like a 20 waking day. Dude, sleeping 15 or 18 hours of a 20-hour waking day, that is insane, man. Imagine seriously sleeping that much.
I mean, you're awake like 8 hours a day. You can't get anything done. You know?
Nothing. Especially what are you going to do, bro? You're moving 6.5 feet per minute. You can't do nothing.
Like I got to move stuff around the house, and you just start, and it's like, dude, time for bed. I got halfway across my tree.
I gotta get back. You know, I missed out on a couple dreams I had. You know, I might want to have.
I moved 5 feet. I gotta lay down, take another nap.
I'm getting sleepy out here. You know, it's sleepy time, baby. So, anyways, that wraps it up for the facts of the day. I just want to go ahead and give a shout out before we get into the next thing to everybody who has, supported the podcast, all the people who have, got on the website and gave me critique and gave me feedback and, they, talked to me about it. If you haven't already went to the website, please go check it out at www.togetherftr.com. And you can go under the knowledge tab, and it's actually got a comment section right now, so you can drop any type of knowledge you want to spread on my platform. Feel more than welcome. I love you guys doing different stuff and engaging with the audience as well. I feel like it's really cool, and I'm really pumped to have my dude on. I'm really blessed for that. So I'm just really blessed about everything, man, and I'm really feeling it. I'm not trying to get emotional on y'all in here, but I might cry, so don't be getting, don't make it weird if I start crying out here,
I got you, man. I got you.
But anyways, I'm blessed. I really appreciate it. I'm blessed for my family and everything, but, if you guys can, check out the website. If you can, throw a share. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep this going. So, next thing is rating review, baby. The Raiders review. That's actually a tab on the website as well. I have to start filling in. So, I'll be making those blog posts, baby. Anyways, top 5 films of 1997. We wanted to get a little random year and just, pick some films out. I picked for my 5, and I didn't really do them in order. I just went, just kind of picked my 5. And what I did was I picked Hercules simply because, like we were talking about, man, before we got on here, Hercules is probably the top 5 best Disney overall song, provider, I guess you could say.
It's got different styles.
It's so great, man. Yeah. It's just phenomenal. Those songs on there were just phenomenal, man. Yeah. I loved them so much. So I got to put that. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. And then I got to go with Good Will Hunting. R.I.P. to Robin Williams, because that guy is a true GOAT.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. That's a real good one.
He's a true GOAT, seriously.
That was like on the bubble for me, I started to. I was like, oh, there's some good ones, man. 97 was a great year for movies. Oh,
great. This is crazy, bro. The film industry in 1997 was bumping. Yeah. Seriously, man. Like, we were going to pick 3 in the beginning, and we were like, nah, we got to pick 5. We have to throw 2 more in here, because there is so many great movies. Yeah. So I'm going to roll on. I got Men in Black 1 with Will Smith. You already know, bro. Tommy Lee Jones. Dude, the guy, did you watch Daredevil on Netflix?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Wilson Fisk is the guy who plays the cockroach.
Yeah.
He's the guy, the guy that gets, before the cockroach gets him.
Right.
Yeah, that actor. He's really cool, man. I like him a lot. He was really awesome as Wilson Fisk, I thought. I really loved the Daredevil. That was really sweet. My next one is Chasing Amy, Kevin Smith film. I forgot
that one. That's a good
Kevin
one.
Smith film, man.
Yes.
He is my go-to. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is one of the funniest movies. As far as, pure satire, raunchy filmmaking goes, Kevin Smith nailed it.
I forgot Chasing Amy was that old, man.
Oh, 97, dude. I was a year old.
I was Doug Mallrats, which came out
Mallrats was
before
awesome.
That.
Yeah, Mallrats was really awesome, actually. And my 5th choice was The Titanic.
Yeah.
God, man.
I saw that
it's so
theaters,
long
man.
and so boring, but I love it.
I saw it in theaters with a girlfriend,
Yeah, that's what's up. That's love, son. Getting romantic out here. That's right. So which ones did you pick, sir?
All right, man. My number 1, I would love to say they're not in order, but this one most definitely is Devil's Advocate.
Ooh,
Keanu Reeves.
Ooh, Pacino.
Man. Al Pacino,
son.
Al Pacino is as the devil.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't pick anybody else to
Dude, he was in his
better.
prime.
And there's that creepy sculpture on the wall that's moving around.
Crazy,
oh man.
Bro. And Keanu Reeves is just
he's good in everything he does.
Great.
Man,
everything he does.
New John Wick coming out.
Dude, I haven't watched it yet. It's out, man.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it either, but I definitely want to.
People have told me that there's an opening at the end pretty much, so they might make another one.
I hope so.
Because John Wick 1 and 2 were sweet.
Yes.
And I'm slacking, man. I did go see Aladdin. I went and saw it and it was great. But I haven't really been going to the movies like that. I've just kind of been busy and stuff. You know how it goes, man. Life catches up. But I've been slacking, and I apologize for that, my people. I've been doing my reviews and stuff, but I haven't done it. So
my number 2,
excuse me.
The movie's great. I love the comic.
Yeah.
But for me, what sold me on this movie, made it my number 2, was the soundtrack, Spawn.
Spawn, baby. It's actually getting rebooted with Jamie Foxx as Spawn. Seth MacFarlane, or Todd MacFarlane, my bad. Why did I say Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane.
That'd be a whole different movie, man.
That'd be a Ted. It'd be like the Spawn. The Ted.
Stewie Griffin as Spawn, man.
Not Seth MacFarlane. Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. That was my bad. He's gonna be. He's gonna be the one taking care of that.
Yes,
so I'm pretty
killer, man.
It's gonna be awesome.
The soundtrack was like
legit.
Crystal Method with Marilyn Manson on the same track. Like every single track was like a rock band with a techno.
Yeah,
band.
Marilyn
so
Manson's
killer,
legit, man. He's definitely.
He had a bad rap back in the day, man, but I've always been into it. It's good music. My number 3 is Con Air.
Yeah, bro. Con Air almost made it on my list, man.
Nick Cage. I mean, and
Nicolas
Steve
Cage,
Buscemi.
bro.
Steve Buscemi in that is killer.
Yeah. I loved him and Billy Madison, bro.
Yeah,
he was the creepy guy who was writing, with whatever.
And then a movie a lot of people haven't seen, Wag the Dog.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Wag the Dog with Robert De Niro.
Never watched it.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
That's killer, man. It's all political, and it's just about fabricating a war to win an election. It's pretty. It really gets you thinking about things. And my last one is Amistad.
Yeah.
Amistad, the trial of the historic case of the Amistad ship coming over and the rights of slaves and the ownership. It's just a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I never saw that.
It's good.
That's awesome.
It's a real serious movie though. No action or anything, but it's good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Heck yeah. That's really sweet. Was that your 5th?
Yeah, that's 5 for me. That's all 5.
Oh, yeah. And we also, next, we rated the top 3 video games of 1997. And that's, top 3 for me would be GoldenEye 007. Just because, I mean, that's one of the best first-person shooters that came out. Like, that was one of the first, best ones. You know what I mean? Like, it still holds a candle to all the stuff that's coming out now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's serious, dude. Like, it's legit. It really is. Like... I've always loved GoldenEye, man. I always like using Odd Job. That was my guy. He was awesome. And Jaws was real lit too, bro. And the second one I chose was Starfox 64. Even though it was crazy hard, it was a difficult game, I really feel like, but it was so fun, And I'm probably gonna get 1 or 2 characters of Starfox tatted on me on my Nintendo leg.
Falco?
I was either gonna get Falco and Wolf, or I was gonna get just Wolf.
I still to this day, I think it's not from 64. I think it's from the original Starfox. When someone says "good luck" when you leave, I always think of when you're leaving the hangar, and Falco's like "good luck."
Yeah.
Every time I think of that every time now, man. That was funny, on my list too. That's the one we had in common. Was for me was
Starfox 64, bro. It was awesome, man. You remember F-Zero for Super Nintendo? That was sweet, dude. That's where Captain Falcon. That's where he came from for Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, dude. F-Zero was really fun. Once again, kind of a hard game.
That's the map I hate though.
Yeah,
on Smash,
dude. Like,
though,
man,
fight and all of a sudden a car just runs you over.
Yeah, dude, you're just done for it, man.
Yeah.
And my third choice was actually a PC game, and it was Age of Empires. Okay. Did you ever play it?
I think I did. Maybe one of the later ones. Maybe not that one. Yeah.
I don't. I played the first one I played was 2, but I ended up going
one that's
back.
Like Asian, has
the Conqueror's Edition on 2 was it had the Sumerians and dude, it had a bunch of awesome tribes to pick from and civilizations to pick from on it. Number 1, I went back and played it after I played 2, just to kind of see. I didn't really mess with it too much, but I know the series of Age of Empires, dude, it was so good. It was like a strategy game, defense and offense. So it was kind of like an MMO, but what you do is you farm and you get your lumber and you get your stone and you build your castle. You're pretty much your whatever, your big kingdom. Yeah. And then you can go and kill people or you can get killed.
Well, there's a lot of app games and stuff now. Phones are
Clash of Clans. It's like the original Clash of Clans.
Right.
Legit, bro.
Kind of reminds me of a game. What was that? The Three Kingdoms was set in China. It was similar. It was a little bit older. Awesome. 97 was me starting college, so there wasn't a whole lot of time for video games. True. It was video games I could jump into and jump out. And that kind of leads me into mine. Yeah. My number 1 was Tekken 3. Yeah. That was a game I could get together with my boys and just beat the snot out of each other.
It has literally always been my favorite fighting game. Over Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I've never really been a big fan of Mortal Kombat. I love Tekken for the actual gameplay.
I like Mortal Kombat, but it's the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay's better. And even though the gameplay of another one, I love the story and the characters of Street Fighter, but the actual controls are garbage.
It's stiff, man.
Yeah.
It's real stiff. Yeah. It's it's lagging pretty much. It's it's not getting you where you need to be, bro.
I love the characters of it though, but My other one, I already did Starfox.
Yeah.
But another computer game for me was Riven.
I don't know if I ever played that.
A lot of people haven't. There was a game called Myst, M-Y-S-T.
I never played that
Myst
either.
was like this was the sequel to Myst.
Okay.
And it was basically like you were in like this big crazy mansion and almost had to like solve riddles and stuff. And it was just a really cool like thinking game. Kind of like that. Like it was like trying to get your way off the island. Kind of like almost like a escape room in a video game kind of thing, you know?
Did you ever play Rayman?
No, I never really got that guy.
Okay.
No, I mean I know who. I know the character.
It was like an original adventure game, like a good adventure game, like one of the ones that really stepped up like the game for it.
Yeah.
I really liked Rayman. It was pretty good, man. I'll tell you right now, like, because I was just talking about it today at work, like, you know, my right leg, I've got like the video game pretty much stalking on my leg or whatever, and I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, man, Tony Hawk was probably one of my favorite video games I've ever played, and I'm nasty at it. So I'm probably gonna get like a hawk, you know, like Tony Hawk, or I'm gonna get a skateboard added to my leg.
Yeah,
you know,
the first like 2 Tony Hawks were just phenomenal.
Dude.
Then when it got into like story mode, like you know, it kind of lost it for me. I mean, I still played it, but
it wasn't as interesting.
It just wasn't as much. I just want to get on there and just grind. and see how many crazy combos I could set up. Man.
That I feel that.
Because that was like for me, that was during the time that like my oldest son was like 4 or 5. So
and the first one was on Dreamcast.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was the first one.
Yeah.
It was in that warehouse.
Oh yeah.
That game was awesome, dude. That was fun. But I'm probably going to get that tatted on me. And, you know, I didn't know if you played any Tony Hawk. But that game was so good, man. So good.
I think the last one I played, I can't remember, it was like when you go to Russia with, like, your boy Eric. You know, he's always trying to get in trouble. I can't think of his name.
Was it Underground?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I played. Underground 1 and 2 were good. Yeah. They were legit.
After that, I just kind of
it got weird.
I got done.
It got weird with the ride, like the actual skateboard. You remember that?
Or it was like where you had to actually like use the skateboard.
It was like Ride or something like that. I don't know, bro. Like that one was weird. I'm good. And then like they had a
too
couple.
Big a boy to be climbing on that thing, you know. Be trying to play video games and break something.
They had a couple that were just, you know, they were just like you said, just kind of bizarre and not very interesting. Like I want to grind, you know. I want to go in there and get nasty, bro.
Yes.
I want to get filthy on that controller, you know. So, and I put money on some Tony Hawk, bro. Like I don't care. Like anybody who wants to come see me with Tony Hawk, bro. Like I'll put money on it. I'm really not even playing. Like I will put money on it.
Me and my boys used to just get on there and just battle. I
can't
remember what the name it was. Remember the one where whoever had the highest points, you like that trick turned like blue or red.
Oh yeah. That's tag. It was like
tag. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't tag. It was like
I think it was. It was
like
I think
it was something like the color. Like whenever the biggest points on the thing you hit.
And you can cancel off somebody else's.
Yes, bro. You can take theirs.
Yeah,
dude. I think it was called tag. Maybe I don't know, something like that. But that game was fun, bro. But like straight up just points. I only had one person that could ever like beat me and like stomp me, and it was my brother, bro. Until I was about maybe like 11 or 12, and then I beat him. Yeah. And I was like, bro, like the moment. It's time to retire. You know what I'm saying? I put him down, bro. Like, beat him by like 1,000,000 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he used to beat me. Like, he used to stomp me, bro. Yeah. But he quit playing video games or whatever. But still, I don't care. I still stomped him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that's the only person that could really, like, beat me at Tony Hawk, bro. I've never met anybody, dude. Like, seriously, I'm not even trying to be cocky. I'm just like 100%, dude. 3 warm-up games, and I'm nasty.
Well, set me up. Want to do it one day.
Bro, 100, we'll stream it live, bro.
All right.
For real, just for fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or if anybody wants to come bet, I'm down. Like, I don't even care, man. We'll have a little get-together. I don't even care, man. I'm down. But anyway, so I got a little, on my tangent. I'm sorry about that, sir.
No,
so anyways, I got some questions for you, bro. So first one I'm going to kick off for you is, and this is kind of circumstantial, I guess, but if you had to choose, and I ask everybody these questions, like, I've been trying to run through them for all my guests and, see everybody's opinion and stuff.
All right.
So my thing is, if you had to choose for something to help you fight, what would it be, a transformer or a dragon? It's very circumstantial.
I'd probably pick the transformer.
A transformer is legit. I picked a dragon.
Dragons,
I ended up picking a dragon.
Dragons,
Transformers are legit.
My thing is,
they're modernized, man.
Though,
like modernized, like that are. I don't know,
man. Dragons can be killed, and who's going to protect me? I can get inside of a transformer. Get inside a dragon, dude. I'm dead.
That's true. That's very true. You can ride a dragon.
If I'm in the dragon, I'm messed up. I can get inside a bumblebee
bumblebee
Starscream
or
whoever, and I'm flying around safe.
You know what I didn't like about the the Transformers movies, that there weren't bad guys. Like all the bad guys were just like Decepticons.
Yeah.
There weren't actual like there were bad guys. Like don't get me wrong, but they weren't like bad guys who were working with the Decepticons.
Right.
Dude, that would have been awesome if they would have done that.
Like bad people.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like actual humans that were bad.
Yeah.
Who were trying. Like that would have been an awesome spin on Transformers, man. Like legit. Next question, my friend. If you had to choose between an individual Iron Man suit or like Voltron or like Power Rangers, where you have like an individual suit that's big, but you make a bigger one with other people. If you had to choose, what would you pick?
While as a show, I dig some Voltron.
Voltron was legit, dude, bro.
It was legit. Everybody talks about like Gundam and everything. I'm like, dude, Voltron. Yeah.
I liked Voltron. I
gotta say for myself, I gotta say Iron Man suit, just because. Like,
I think that's what I said too. I can't remember exactly.
I have trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta depend on 4 people to go do this. Nah,
that's crazy, man. Dude. That's crazy.
Nah, I'm flying solo.
I'm riding solo, baby.
I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm the left leg. Let's form up. Where's everybody at? All right, it's left leg gonna have to kick somebody. That's all I got. You know.
Yeah, that's legit. So next question I have, my friend, is if you could pick a time in history to be a warrior and serve for whatever tribe, country, or whatever it is, empire, what would it be? Which time period would it be?
All right. Whew. I would have to say I'm not good with authority sometimes.
Yeah.
Man. So I'm thinking like, this is going to sound weird, but I'm thinking like straight up Celt.
Nice, bro.
I'm talking
that's legit.
Like painting up. That's running on the battlefield butt naked and just chasing some dude down with an axe.
Yes, bro. That's awesome.
I mean,
see, I went with the other side of the spectrum. I said futuristic.
Really?
I picked futuristic. I went with like a weird one. Like the first time I asked somebody, they said, I'm pretty sure they said Spartan, or they said something cool, or samurai, I think, or ninja, or something really cool. But I was like, nah, man. Like on the spot, I was just like, you know what? I thought about it. I was like, dude, I would like to be a warrior in the future, like in a futuristic, like Star Trek. You know, I don't like Star Trek, but like I feel like that would be really cool.
Like Starship Troopers.
Yeah, or like kind of like Star Wars to an extent. You know, like not like a clone or anything.
You gonna shoot a laser?
Maybe be a Jedi. You know, like or something like that. You know, like a futuristic would be so cool to me. I feel like.
I'd be a Sith
but that's
Lord
cool.
For me,
yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm a bad guy for sure.
It's not even that, man. Sith Lord were all about emotion.
Very true. That's how their power. That's where their power comes from.
Yeah, and that's
very emotional.
That's me. I'm all set on emotion.
Yeah.
You know, Jedi are too analytical.
I feel that. I can definitely agree. I never really thought about it like that. That's definitely legit. That's a great point, though, man.
Like, you ever thought about Star Wars being told from the wrong side?
Yeah, dude. Maybe the Republic was right.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe like the Empire was legit.
Not
but
just the Empire.
I'm a rebel. I'm rebel scum,
bro. We're misunderstood good guys.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they were trying to fix the universe, but then again, maybe they were on some like controlling stuff. I feel like they were kind of dirty, and I'm a rebel scum. Like we talked about, we're not the fondest of authority, so I feel like I don't know if we could get down with that. We probably would be Jedis, bro. To be honest, if we were put in that situation,
but Jedi
if I
had too much order. Like for me, being one, rebels, but not with definitely not with the Empire itself.
I could definitely,
no, thank you.
But yeah, so the next thing I got to ask you is, I just talked about this last night on last night's episode. If you could time travel, would you go back or would you go forward? Where would you go and why?
All right, that's a tough one, man.
That's tough.
It's like I would
you can name a couple places.
As a history teacher, I would definitely go back.
Of course, you would.
I don't want to see the future because it would change how I live my life.
That's how we talked. That's what we talked about too.
Yeah, and in the same way, if I went back, I wouldn't change a thing. I just want to see. I just want to observe. I just want to learn.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Because even some people, I guess some people will probably be like, well, I'd change this or that about my life. I wouldn't change a thing about my life, the bad stuff, the good stuff, because it makes you who you are today.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Historically, I think it'd be killer to go back to, be able to see, and especially if, you're in danger, I'm sure, but be able to go and actually see some of the great events.
I said I would want to go back to the first men.
Yeah.
First men. I'm talking beginning. I would want to go see that.
That's some crazy stuff.
How they interacted, how they talked, how they hunted, how they gathered, how they birthed children. Think about all the weird stuff that nobody really thinks about that would be so crazy. How did they survive? How did they really make it through this? this like atrocious environment of like pure primal, like I don't even know, pure primal entities is the only way to explain it, dude. You had things that were, evolved into like these crazy like mutant creatures. Dude. Not like mutant creatures, but like these huge big creatures, I don't know if people were around were the dinosaurs, but if they were, like that's probably the first of men, maybe.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. What do you think? You think it goes further than that?
I don't know, man.
Like that's a long time, you know. Like dinosaurs was a long time ago. So I wonder when the first men
there's a
were.
Separation between like first men and dinosaurs, but honestly, who knows?
Maybe it was on a different cycle.
Everything's
because we're on cycles. We're on like our sixth one right now. I think that's what Graham Hancock said, and I believe anything that guy says.
Right.
He's legit. Anybody who hasn't watched Graham Hancock or read his books or knows anything about him, read about that guy. He is serious. Randall Carlson as well. Yeah. Those guys are very, very intelligent. They know what you're talking about. They've dedicated their lives to their work. Yeah. They're, just great. Seriously. But anyways, like I was saying, man, like, I would really be curious to see the dawn of men. Like the dawn of men, man. Like I want to know what that was about.
Just to see like who we are today in its infancy,
Yeah, straight up, dude. To see the difference.
Primal and just like it's not about think
material.
About today. Everything's materialistic. Everything's about a
everybody
schedule.
Just wants to live, dude.
That's straight survival, man.
Oh yeah,
just
living,
being alive,
living and reproducing.
Yep, that's it.
Pure basic human instinct. All of us revert to every single person, no matter who you are, no matter how passive or how whatever you are. Every single person. Their first instinct is survival.
Oh yeah,
100%.
It comes the whole Freudian id, just that instinct.
Yeah,
you just got to live.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
What was the time? What were the times you were gonna say?
I don't know if it'd be like if I could say a specific time, but for me, it's those things of going back to say like our founding fathers, the things that like
know about them.
Yeah, I mean, not just to know, but just to see things in history that when they do them, they don't realize how phenomenal they really are. You know what I mean? Like the people of our country didn't realize that when these people were hiding out, writing out this new constitution and this new, breaking away and getting rid of the Articles of Confederation and everything, they didn't realize that they were actually like doing something good. A lot of them saw it as traitors. Just to see and appreciate those things like as they happened, the people that were there didn't appreciate that. It's
no, they didn't.
You don't until years later because you can't know. You can't know what's good. And you don't even know who a good president is until later. So
you're right, dude.
I think it's kind of cool to see those things like as they happen.
That'd be so cool. Yeah. Let it unfold.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, and this is kind of off the cuff. I'm not gonna lie. Let me ask you this. So, this is my opinion. I feel like it's kind of dumb that we still go by something that was written with a feather.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of nonsensical. I feel like we've grown so much as a country and as a nation. I'm not saying we should rewrite things because people get weird about it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're communist.
Yeah.
We don't like
Which
you.
Which is the same thing
Get
everybody said whenever our founding fathers.
That's what I would. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point I'm getting at. Yeah. When is the time to do that? Because things are not working the way we're doing it, man. And I just want to ask you, like I said, that's just off the cuff, and just kind of want to get your thoughts on it.
That's a great topic. I think it also, it's not just the fact that it needs completely rewritten. I think it's also the fact that we are so tight about the idea of making amendments or making changes. Like, that's the way our founding fathers intended it.
Sure.
Well, yeah, they intended a lot of things, but we've made 27 changes. Man. Well, we've made 17 changes if you don't count the first 10.
Yeah.
But still, like things we've added and things we've changed and things we did, and then we're like, nah, that's not a good idea. Pull that back. 21st Amendment gone.
Yeah.
But like, you have to understand that like it's been a long time, almost 250 years now.
It's time to change. We need something,
something different. I'm not saying like scrap.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good, man. But I just feel like you just gotta stop for a second and look at like, is this what we're really doing? If you had a manual in your car for a Model T Ford, it ain't going to help you drive your car.
It's not. It's not going to help you. It's a whole different world. We're living in a time that is so different.
I mean, our founding fathers did a good job in just the fact that they left room for interpretation.
Sure.
It's a little bit vague, so
it is vague.
Again, when things are vague, you can interpret.
Yeah.
But anytime you put an interpretation on something, you're leaving it a chance.
You're leaving some
You're
weird
taking
stuff
off half the people. Yeah. I mean, like, even in my class, we talk about like implied powers. Mm-hmm. Implied powers, all that simply means is something is written in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Our government has the necessary and proper clause that allows them to create any laws that that give them the power to do those things that are in the Constitution.
Really?
Which is stretching. Like, for instance, one of the ones I teach
is that.
Yeah, they basically get to stretch anything. They call it the elastic clause. It's really called necessary
I feel
and
like
proper.
I definitely have heard that, and I might have learned about it at one point in time, but I don't recall, like, you know.
You learned it in my class.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, like.
That was a long time ago, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a long time, bro. Like, you know, and that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like.
For a minute.
No.
Forgot what you learned in my class. I expect you remember everything you learned as a 14-year-old. Come on.
But no, what I meant by that is, like, I feel like even after that, I feel like I learned about it again.
Yeah.
I feel like I was refreshed on it again, whether it be on like a final or whatever it was. I feel like throughout school, you know, I definitely learned that, but I don't recall it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't recall anything about it. I just remember like that name and like some, you know, general idea of it, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's like things like the way the government can control things like trade between states and things. Well, I mean, they have the right, according to the Constitution, to regulate trade between the states, but then they stretch that to allow them to regulate so many things like wages and taxes and just all kinds of things because it's tied to
So pretty much what
trade.
you're saying is like when the federal government started taking over the state government, is that what you're saying?
Basically, I mean, a lot of places where they kind of overstep and they take that and they stretch what the Constitution gave them to a point that, you know, eventually when you stretch something so far, you're stretching it way too thin, it's going to snap.
That's very true. I mean, that's a perfect analogy with the elastic as well. That's a great point, man. That really is. That's super cool. Like I said, I just want to get your take on it, man, because I feel like, I don't know, like it's a really, really weird topic and people get weird about it. You know, when they're like, oh no, we can't do that. We need to stick to this. You know, we want our guns and we want this and that. Like, dude, I'm not trying to take nothing from anybody. I'm not trying to take anything from anybody ever. I want everybody. I'm an advocate of being an adult and doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about it on here when I talked about abortions. I'm sorry for those that are pro-life. I'm not pro-life. I'm pro do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. I feel like the father should have, you know, say so in the matter as well.
Right.
I feel like it shouldn't be declared on a state. Just my views, you know? Like, I put it out there and I feel strongly about it.
I'm pro mind your business.
Yeah, exactly. It's everybody needs to mind their own business, you know? Like, mind your business, you know? Like, you know, that's how I feel about it. But anyways, like I said, I just figured I'd get your take on that. And anybody who wants to involve themselves in that, you know, and comment on how, you know, it's getting a little weird that we've been using the same thing for how many, 250 years, did you say? I mean, it's been a long, long time. It's time to change something. It's time for change. We have to be progressive, you know. I understand that there's some things you don't want to try to change because maybe it's worked for so long. But there's some things that need to be changed. It's just what it is. I mean, you can't deny it.
We follow a couple of documents, you know, that are hundreds or for some of the documents, thousands of years old. If you're going to talk about, you know, look at how much we let religious documents, you know, influence our laws. It's 100%. Like, man, this stuff is old.
You know, it's very, very old. And I feel like with the times we're living in, with the technology we're experiencing and the like, I don't even know how to explain it besides like wavelengths, I guess. Like with all these different wavelengths of consciousness that are bouncing around in our world, I feel like with all the, I don't even know, it's like so much craziness that's going on. It really just everything's intertwined in a sense of it's becoming so strange when you can, you know, literally pick up your phone, you can talk to somebody who's in Australia. Like, that's when it got weird, I feel like. And I feel like that's when things started, I don't know, just like mixing, I guess you could say. And it goes into, like, this big idea of what might happen in the future that could be the machine becomes a part of us and we kind of essentially plug in. You know, like over a long period of time. It might not be, you know, in our lifetimes, but you get what I mean?
Like in our kids' lifetime.
Exactly.
You know?
Like it could be that. Like, but you get what I mean? Like with the consciousness that is bouncing around, everybody has like such different views and such different, you know, things going on. But with all of that, like I said, you've got people who, you know, it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen.
I think
people are going to be plugged in.
Kind of going on with that. I mean, the idea of this separatist idea that kind of worked for a long period of time. You know, we had this idea of countries and being so separate from everybody else, and like the ideas of our religion or our our nationality or whatever keeping us apart. The problem is today we are such a global society that everything is. I mean, you look at our culture. Our culture is not just an American culture; it's a mix of everything.
It's literally it's literally everything.
You look at like our music, our just who we are, literally
everything about it, bro. I mean, you can
turn on the TV. I bet half the stuff you're gonna watch. I mean, I know my kids go walk up and watch my kids' shows. They're watching, animes and everything else.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Some Japanese culture.
Exactly. Like, you're getting Dora, stuff like that. That's from the
culture.
Latino.
They're getting everything.
So you're getting a lot of different things, which is awesome.
That being in your own island anymore is tough. It's not really, and it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's, I'm not saying, open up all the doors or nothing. I'm just saying, like, we have to come to terms with the fact that
not open doors, but I get what you're saying.
Mind and
open
just, like,
our perspective.
Realize that we're not functioning as a separate culture anymore. Yeah. Or a separate society anymore. It's much greater than that.
It is.
And it's got its negatives. It's definitely, but every change is going to have its negatives.
It's going to happen,
but it's going to have its positives too.
Yes.
And you have to realize change is inevitable.
100%. You can't stop
it. If you don't follow it, it's going to run you over.
Yeah, you have to move with the times. Dude. That's not just an expression.
Yeah.
Move with the times is legit, man. You got to stay with the times. You have to adapt and overcome and keep things going.
And our Constitution historically has followed how the times change. If you look at,
the Constitution is based on something that, dude, times are really changed now. So like, how are we going to base things on that anymore?
I mean, the idea of let's just not even think about race or gender. Let's think about like just age. The idea of an 18-year-old kid being able to vote,
it's kind of weird.
Back in the early times, that was crazy to think of. But when you think about much later on, when you've got these, because they weren't landowners, it didn't matter. But when you think about an 18-year-old in the 1960s, 1970s going off to war, having to be a man,
literally dying,
dying in huge numbers.
Hundreds of thousands,
draft them
that
young. You got to let them speak that young.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think about it that way, just the way the Constitution does keep up with what we think, and I think eventually it'll do the same thing. It'll shift.
Happen.
It'll shift.
Yes, there's got to be a change, man. And that kind of brought up, another thing I kind of want to go off the cuff about is like, let me ask you this, man. Like, how do you feel about like open borders and closed borders? Like, what's your take on that? I mean, me personally, I can't get down with an open border.
I agree. I mean, I definitely don't think we should get down an open border, but at the same time,
we should be more lenient on who we let in, because there are people out there who are in horrific situations that truly need
asylum and refugees is a different thing. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole different thing. Yeah. And I think that's the problem right now. People are totally mixing those two things up.
Yes.
And they also have to realize that
it's different,
asylum
man.
is a temporary thing. The idea is that it's temporary. Now, sometimes temporary can be a long time.
And here's my next thing about it that I'm going to say, like, and I know it's kind of weird, and I know it's a little off topic, and I'm just a skeptical person, but where do we kind of, like, not draw the line, but, like, where do we, find the line, I'm going to say, and how many refugees we let in, because we've seen it. I mean, it's happened before. People have let refugees into their countries, and then those refugees end up becoming sleepers and end up taking countries over.
Yeah, I mean,
it's happened. It's documented. Yeah. It is like and I'm not saying it's any specific group or categorizing any type of country that's coming over here.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying as a whole, overall, it's definitely happened. We know about it. It's documented. It's history. It's legit. So that's what kind of makes me. I'm skeptical. Exactly, dude. What if we're getting Trojan horsed? I feel like it's just a little bit skeptical to me. But at the same time, man, I'm compassionate, and I am. Yeah. I'm a very progressive person. Like I'm not for the, people who are out here trying to be crazy conservative and stuff like that, extreme right or extreme left. They're both wrong.
Most of this country isn't, and most of this country does sit somewhere in the middle. It's just that we tend to get totally distracted by what the loudest person. And the loudest person tends to be the one furthest to the left or furthest to the right, making a big noise.
The extreme, man. That's what gets us. You can't be extreme. You got to learn how to. Really develop opinions.
Right.
Develop opinions in a different type of manner. I feel like people are just so quick to just bait right into things, man, or they feel a certain way because they've grown up that way, and they've taught themselves and have been taught, certain ways of life.
Yeah.
You know, it gets weird, man. It really does. And like I said, you know, the open border, closed border thing is just weird. You know, I'm not saying that we shouldn't allow people to come in. You know, I'm a product of immigration, dude. Like, my great-grandpa was an immigrant, legit. My grandpa was a legit immigrant. Like, this is no joke.
I mean, all of us were.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course. I mean, like, I just know mine's, like,
Native
close.
American.
You know, like, mine is, like, you know, like, recent immigration, bro. So I'm not out here, like, hating on...
Like, actually, like, since, like, the 1890s when, you know, you finally had Ellis Island and stuff. Before that, immigration was just, you roll up in a boat, I'm off, hey, guess what, I'm American.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But my great-grandfather, he came from Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And, like, you know, my grandpa, he was born and raised over there. My great-grandfather was, and then he came over here, and, you know, he ended up dying in America, obviously. Yeah. But, yeah, bro, straight up, I'm a product of recent immigration.
Yeah, like, came through Ellis Island. Man.
Yeah,
came through,
like,
that's
legit.
crazy.
I mean, I think, like, he died.
You ever been there?
No.
Dude.
I've never been that far up north. I've only been, the furthest I've been is Pennsylvania.
Cool. Yeah.
I haven't been past Pennsylvania yet.
Ellis Island, New York is just killer.
That's awesome. Is that like around where Gangs of New York was based?
Yeah, I mean, as you're really talking about just right around the exact same area. I mean, just
that's what I was thinking.
In the actual downtown,
because I mean that was like
in the actual boroughs of New York.
Yeah,
it's off on its own little little island, kind of in between Jersey and New York.
Nice, heck yeah, dude, that's awesome.
And basically, if you're looking at like if you're seeing the Statue of Liberty, it's kind of like right behind her and to the right a little bit.
Cool.
So
heck
like
yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't been that far north yet. I'm definitely trying to go, though. And I definitely, you know, I think we talked about this before, maybe. You know, I want to go back to D.C., man, as an adult.
I just went.
You know, like, that's awesome, man. Like, I want to go,
it's
like, as an adult.
It's one thing to go as a kid, man, but as an adult, like, I've been there for every single president
like, that's
been
legit.
In office.
That you've been alive, you know? Like, that's legit. That's really awesome.
You have to go. I mean,
that's how I feel, too.
It's a different feel. Like, even
especially
now
as an
when
adult.
I go back.
Especially as an adult. And,
I mean,
like,
I
how
went
things
the other
are.
day, and it's a fairly new one, but, like, going to, like, the MLK monument and everything, dude. That's heavy.
That's
awesome. All
dude.
that stuff is just
legit.
You feel it. You know,
it's
different
awesome,
when you see as a kid. It's like, oh, it's cool.
Like,
traveling.
Yeah, whatever.
That's a pretty cool statue.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, DC.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's cool. I got some cool pictures, and I walked around everywhere. Yeah,
I was just like, I was a stupid kid. You know, every kid, bro. Unless you're just that kid who's really interested in cool stuff. I wasn't. I was like, whatever. You know, I'm traveling, like you said. Like that's how I felt. Yep. But now I'm like, dude,
like
I want to go back to DC.
I picked up when I went to DC when I was in like 5th grade or something.
Yeah.
It was like
I went
somewhere.
8th grade's when I went.
I got a switchblade comb, man. That was like the best thing I brought home from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro.
I'm cool.
Yes, dude.
I was a greaser.
I remember, you know, being in the hotel. Like I remember it like
cool
vividly,
stuff.
bro.
But,
like hanging out with my friends. You know, like I remember it, man.
I'll never forget, dude. My dad gave me a bunch of money to go buy some souvenirs.
That's awesome.
I bought cheap souvenirs, and then you know what I did with the rest of it?
What?
I gambled playing 5-card poker. I was playing 5-card draw. Lost all my money.
All the money, bro. All the money.
I brought back some of the cheapest souvenirs because I gambled it all away.
But yeah, man, I want to go back to DC as an adult.
History teacher.
That's legit.
What happened?
Gambling, that's funny, man. But nah, like I said, I definitely
don't gamble, kids.
Yeah. I definitely want to go to DC as an adult, man, just to check some stuff out. You know, see some stuff again. You know, and really like take it in.
Oh yeah.
Absorb it, man. You're like being there, like you said, it's a different vibe. Like you're feeling that, and you're like, man, this is some crazy stuff happened here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some literally monumental things. I mean, that sounds,
to the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And the Pentagon has a memorial garden.
Yeah.
It's like all set up to walk around. It's got these benches, and the benches are facing different directions to show if each one is for a person that died at the Pentagon during 9/11.
Wow.
And if they're facing in one direction, that means that they were inside the Pentagon. If they're facing the other direction, it means they died on the plane.
Wow.
And each one is lined
crazy,
up
dude.
by the age of the person.
Yeah.
So you get all these older people, and then one all by itself over here is like way early, and it was a 7-year-old girl. It's like the youngest one. It was like the next one was like 30. So this little bench, dude, it's heavy.
That's sad, bro.
That's heavy.
Real sad.
That's what I love about DC is you feel like. I remember when I was a kid, you
connect to it. It's like going to like Rome or something, bro.
Like
the pyramids.
You go to the archives, you know, and you see the Declaration, and you see. You know, the Constitution. It's like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, that's cool. It's an old piece of paper. Mm-hmm. But like when you see it now, you're like, whoa, dude, it's heavy.
You think it's the real one? Or you think it's like national treasure out here, bro?
Well, here's the thing.
I've always wondered
when it comes to Declaration of Independence, it's not like there was one written.
True. Very true, bro. Very true.
Written, and they were shipped all over the world.
You're absolutely right, bro. That makes perfect sense.
So, I mean, I'm not saying there's more than one that's been used. It's like they're switching in and out like it's Lassie or something, you know? But the younger viewers are going to be like, who? Who's Lassie? Look it up. But
Google, baby. Yeah. We got it. Google.
Timmy fell down a well, all right? But I do feel like that it is one of the originals. It's one of the originals. It's not like it's, cool. I mean, and I'm sure it's probably the same one. It's just they were a bunch.
Makes sense.
I doubt it's the same one they kept, but
it's one of the ones that's old, bro. It's been kept preserved
and the Constitution,
for 100 years, probably. I mean, 200 years.
Here's the thing. Or no, the Constitution wasn't shipped around everywhere.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to make the most important document you can possibly make. You ain't going to make this one.
Yeah, bro. And that's what I was about to say. Like, copy. You know, I mean, like I said, I feel like it's probably
1776.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a really long time ago. So, you know, you're looking at a long time, but it probably, maybe it is the one from 1776 or 1778 or like right around there. You know what I mean? It could be from then.
I mean, think about this. We are
just kept in a pristine thing.
We are 7 years away from 250-year anniversary of Declaration of Independence.
Dude, that's insane. Look at what we've done.
July 4th, 2026. That is going to be a banger.
Dude, that's crazy.
Happy 250th birthday.
That's a lot of America, bro.
America.
That's a lot of America out here, dog.
We're getting old, son.
That's crazy. 250, dude. Isn't it crazy how, like, young we are, though, on a grand scale? I mean, on a grand scale,
that's what's funny. When I teach history, and a lot of these kids will be like, I'll say something about like being young, and they're like, "We're over 200 years old. That's old."
It's not old, dude.
That ain't nothing.
Dude, you got ancient civilizations out here that were around.
What, I mean,
millions.
Yes,
probably millions. Maybe not millions. Maybe
but you're talking about.
I'm talking 500,000, maybe.
Well, you look at like
500,000 years ago.
I mean, Egypt. You're talking about 4,000 BC.
Okay.
That they were in control for 4,000 years.
Christ was 2,000 years ago, right? So that's 6,000 years.
Yeah.
So maybe not in the 100,000s. You're right, bro.
Right, but I mean,
maybe in the 20,000s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're not really sure exactly how old. I mean, different people agree different things on how old the world is. Of course. But still,
we know about the Egyptians. We know about people like that.
But you just look at these powerful empires and how old
they are. The Mayans.
Yeah, and it's like
it's old, dude. Sumerians.
I'll tell you one of my favorite things to talk about. Is the age of countries kind of goes with it. You know, a lot of times we look at some of these countries like, you know, people always talk about these African countries that are so, you know, full of strife and like poverty and war. But here's what you got to think about, man.
Yeah.
Most of these countries didn't get their independence until 1960.
Lord have mercy.
1960. So 1964 is when like Kenya and like Kenya became independent.
Really?
And it's And so, like, then we look at those and we're like, oh, it's so bad over there. They're in these civil wars all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, they're 50-year-old countries. What were we doing when we were 50 to 60 years old?
Getting in civil wars.
Spoiler alert. We had a civil war.
Yeah.
And we were struggling.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
That's true. It's very true.
They've, in the same way we were beaten and battered by Britain. And you know, we were treated pretty well by Britain. Compared to how some, especially those countries were.
In comparison to many African countries,
give them time, you know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So
that's crazy. I think
it's neat to think about how young some countries are. I mean, we're pretty young, but there's some that are super young.
Yeah. Well, and it's so weird that it's on the eastern side, too.
There's a lot of ancient empires in there. Yeah. There's some powerful ancient empires.
That's what I'm saying. So, like...
But they were wiped out. You know,
they weren't like private. You know, not like private, but like they weren't privatized on their property, like their borders and stuff like that. So you're right, bro.
Or even think about like South Africa. 1990 is when apartheid ended.
Really?
1990. That's when they're like our segregation, except heavy, way bigger than our segregation.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you have to understand, like, that's going to be a while.
Of course.
It's going to take a minute before they can get their stuff together.
100%. Yeah. That is insane, man. That is insane, seriously. Next thing I got to ask you, man, that was a really cool subject, I'm not going to lie.
It was kind of off topic, but that's cool.
Awesome.
I like it.
That was super awesome, dude. I really like that. I didn't know that about Africa and those countries becoming... that's really cool though, man. Yeah,
they're babies.
That's legit.
They're babies,
man. That's
man.
awesome, man. That's legit. But anyways, next thing I got to talk to you about is Bigfoot, bro. What are you serious now? Yeah, bro. It's getting deep in here, bro.
I am not Bigfoot.
What do you think about Bigfoot? Do you think it's a possibility to be alive today?
I do think it's a possibility.
You do?
I do.
You believe? You believe in other, supernatural things, I should say? Loch Ness Monster, what do you think?
Yeah, I have to, man.
You got to.
I have to. Just
people who don't believe in that are the crazy people. We're not the crazy people, man.
It's not even about being logical about it. It's just sometimes
we don't know nothing.
It's good to believe.
Yeah. Everybody wants to believe in something.
That's
a lot of it.
Good to believe in something that I don't understand.
It's true.
I think that's a problem with us today is that we have to feel like we have all the answers. We know everything and like we understand everything. Like Google it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like we have to know it and see it. Proof.
You're right.
And it's like for me, I just want to believe that there's some big old hairy dude out there just running around ripping deer in half. Just eating it up.
My theory is different. I think he's like a vegan, like peaceful individual.
Think so?
Like I think he's probably like eating plants and stuff, dude.
Yeah,
eating acorns.
That's a big dude for a vegan.
Big dude. That's a big dude. You got vegan bodybuilders now, bro.
You got like intestinal problems.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. He is enormous.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You're probably right. But here's the thing. How can we say that though? Because we got mountain gorillas.
That's true.
They're huge, bro. Orangutans. They don't eat meat unless they're absolutely forced. So they could be.
Good point.
He could be out here on some peace, love, hippie stuff.
Yeah.
Like he should be. He might be out here.
Patchouli.
Yeah. Eating a lot of hummus. He made his own hummus out there, bro. Oh my God, that's
spoiler
crazy, bro. Bigfoot eats hummus, bro.
Likes fish. The band.
See, that's what I was about to say. I feel like if he eats anything, he probably eats like fish.
Yeah.
That's not like that's like a lean meat.
Right.
But you can survive off fish, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up, you can survive off a vegan.
What's that called? There's something. There is a diet where you only meat. It's like is it Pescatarian? I think.
I don't know actually.
Pescatarian. I think it makes sense. Pescatarian because like Pisces is Pisc, so I'm pretty sure fish and vegetable diet is pescatarian.
Yeah, I don't. I actually don't know, my friend.
And Google says.
Oh, I spelled it all the way wrong. Hold on.
It's all right. Spelling is important.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm typically a good speller. It's kind of a weird one. Yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah,
that's
you called that.
Pescatarian. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, pescatarian. Yeah.
Yep.
That's legit, dude. Nice, good call on that. That was a good call, man.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, dude, that's legit. Nice, man.
The big teacher money.
But, so Bigfoot, probably a vegan if I had to guess. Probably eats some fish, though.
Oh, yeah.
He probably gets down on some creek chubs,
He's
know?
Pescatarian. There's our word for the night, folks.
Pescatarian,
There'll be a quiz at the end.
Believe that. Pescatarian. Do you remember what that word means?
That's right.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I feel like they're very peaceful individuals because if not, they probably could overtake us if they were strength in numbers.
I don't think there's a whole lot left.
Nah, there's not.
I think it's like
there's not.
A last
but that's
thing,
what I was getting at. Like, there's not many left in the sense of they've just kind of died out. But think about it. At one time, they were probably great in numbers.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're peaceful or they would have killed us. Or at least killed some of us, Like, you don't really hear about people dying from Bigfoot.
Nah.
Like, it's just not really something you hear. Even, like, in movies, Bigfoot never really hurts anybody. Harry and the Hendersons?
Or
he
was
sweet, bro. Yeah, he was
his
sweet.
Head out the window. I do that once in a while. Get around traffic,
but that, they could be hiding in plain sight. It could be like, at the end, when he leaves and all the other ones creep out. Like, dude, that could be legit.
That's true.
I mean, and they're just living peacefully. And, people's like, oh, well, there's no bones and there's no this.
Put on glasses and be your history teacher.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They could do weird stuff. They can, they could start, they could convert to Judaism, They could do some crazy stuff, bro. They're out here living their best life,
Buddhist temple.
Yeah. But, so...
8 foot tall Bigfoot,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So, and people were like, oh, we never found bones, we never found the remains. What if they're on a level of, they're primitive, but they have learned how to create fires or something, right? So they create these fires and they burn their living, or their dead, I mean, how we used to.
Yeah.
We used to do that. We used to burn our dead. So why is it crazy to think that these guys may have, upgraded their consciousness, you know? And another thing is, have you ever heard of Gigantopithecus? Have you watched the episodes?
No, I was thinking the giant shark.
Megalodon.
Okay,
You're thinking of the megalodon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Bro, let me put you on game. Gigantopithecus was a real thing. Okay, so this guy, I can't remember where he was at. Somewhere, I can't remember, bro. I don't even want to butcher it and say it's wrong, so I'm not even going to say. Anyways, a guy goes to this place, and it's like a reserve for like Native Americans or something, yada, yada. He finds this thing in this shop, and it's like a tooth or whatever, bro. So he takes it to these scientists, yada, yada. They start doing this and that to it. They examine it, yada, yada. Fast forward, they find out that these things were on North America. They were here. They crossed on the land bridge, bro, with everything else. And they were the tallest primate to ever be recorded that we know about.
Yeah.
8 to 9 feet tall. Let me pull up a picture of these bad boys.
Bigfoot,
dude, these things were legit, bro. Let me see. I mean, these guys are crazy looking. All right, I'm going to switch this scene for you guys so you guys can see what's up. Here's the Gigantopithecus. So, look at that, bro. This is, let me see here. Yeah. That's like a little, cartoon, I guess you could say. But here's a big guy. Here's a big guy right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a display for that at...
this is like some animation,
Yeah, where was I? I was at the Denver... I think it was at the Denver Natural History Museum, something like that.
That's legit, dude.
And they had... they had like a display of like...
comparison, dude.
Dude, that's huge.
Look at that. That's a man.
Yeah.
He's like probably 5'8". I mean, look at that.
Dude, you found my ancestors.
I mean, this is just crazy to think about, my friend. I mean,
they had like a display of like all the possibilities of all the like the myths, That's pretty cool.
And there's supposed to be like drawings of them and stuff. Yeah. Like they had replicated things from certain drawings, I guess they had found maybe, or something along those lines that I was reading about. Like crazy stuff, man. Like it's seriously. I mean, look, that's a moose, bro. You know how big
a moose
is, dude. They're enormous. Yeah. That's the next thing I was going to talk to you. What do you think about Canada, bro? You ever been?
No,
I have not been to Canada.
I'd love to. Just check it out. I got a lot of friends up in Canada. I like talking to.
Every time I think of Canada, I just think of South Park and them making fun of it. I'm a bad person, though,
South Park, man. What can we say?
Lit. But, yeah, man, that's Gigantopithecus. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I think we're going to wrap it up. It's been a great episode. I appreciate you being on, bro.
All right,
Thank
brother,
you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Man. For the record, episode 24, I got my boy here with me, Definitely going to be on, a frequent guest. So definitely make sure to like, comment, share this video. Go subscribe to YouTube. Go to www.togetherftr.com. And record. You already know, right? It's for the record. And go check out the merch, man, because we got merch for sale. You can go onto our website, check out the merch, literally have it shipped directly to your house.
Nice.
So, I mean, you
That's
can just,
nice.
Shipping's usually like $8 to $10, I think. So it's not terrible. And if you purchase $50 or more from us, we'll pay for the shipping.
Nice.
So we got you. You know what I mean? Like, we got the joggers on there. We got the hoodies. We got the tank tops. We got the beanies. So if you spend $50 or more, we got you on the shipping. You get free shipping anywhere, on the globe.
Right.
So for all you countries out there that are watching, we really appreciate you. For the record, bless up, the real Nugs B, Mr. Lambert. You know how we doing it, baby. I appreciate you all.
Peace.